All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Now, how does this intersect with your daily life in entering a supermarket or any store, for that matter of fact, controlled by a Fortune 5 so you can continue with your daily life? Well, you knew it was going to start here. The airlines, they want you to have something called an immunity passport because you're going to be packed together on a plane, and they want to make sure if anybody's sick, they can trace you down as soon as you get to the next country and pass that information, privacy, over to other governments, unquestioned. I'm not a fan, but we see also politicians in Australia calling for the exact same thing. You get these tests or you can't get on the airplane. You get these tests or you can't participate in everyday life. Ralph Ciccone, Labor Senator, we cannot even afford to give an inch of any ground to anybody who chooses not to participate. In an app on the phone or a jab in the arm, both okay. And remember, this person is not interested in any alternative facts. So if other new information comes out, they don't want to hear it. Particularly this person who penned their own article in The Age says, don't even give me facts, don't care. And I linked that below. That is one of the most interesting reads you're going to see on how politicians who are benefiting are going to push this to no end. You really might want to read that article in The Age. And here's where it gets interesting. These passes so far, the first one I could find with a dollar amount is Immunity Pass. You sign up for this thing, you go to your doctor, you get tested, you send in your results, and then you get into a database there and you see the barcode or the QR code. Every time you go somewhere, they're going to scan this. $89.95 per month, not for a year, a month. And then reading a little further into this thing, it's set up as you as the individual to get the scanning ability when you enter stores and whatnot, but at the same time, it gives this information to anybody who is a registered, I guess, physician or something in the medical profession to be able to oversee you and your medical records through this scan card. Now, who has access to that database? Looks nice and innocent on the front there, but behind that, who's getting all your data? And this is coming in different flavors and shapes. So Immunity Pass has its own set of standards. COVID Pass, what you look at, has its own set of standards. The apps in China have their own standards, but Immunity Pass is just, is it in your blood? Have you been exposed to it? Yes or no? And they'll show you. And if you have, then you should be less likely to get it. Okay, that's the Immunity Pass. In China, it's all about having the temperatures taken and registering in their system as well. So she has a little green check. She can go anywhere she wants. If it's a different color, they stop her from boarding trains, subways, or any kind of public transport. Clear is a little bit different with the QR code, and COVID Pass also a little bit different. It's a monthly fee, but this one will not be like Immunity Pass where you have it in your blood, you've been exposed to it or whatever. It's just you take it in the beginning of the month to test. It's green for the first week and a half, and then it changes color to yellow or orange. And then at the end of the month, those last few days, the color changes down until it's red. And when it's red, you can't go in any store, and then you have to get a new test and a new pass. So my natural question is, what politicians are involved with which private companies that are going to be pushing this? Over in Australia, you already see people that are not even going to listen to alternative facts. It's all about the money down there. And who's going to be paying for all this? Is my health insurance going to pay for it? $89 a month? Is that covered? Is that out of pocket for me? That's $1,000 a year times billions of people. That's trillions of dollars over how many years do you think into some certain subset of companies that are running this here? And what if you have to double test per month? Something like this. So I was digging in a little further here, which I'm going to do a much longer video on this. IBM, Oracle, Hasera are developing and working with private individuals and corporations. 69 Fortune 5s have already signed up for this thing called the COVID Credentials Initiative, CCI, and they're going to develop these immunity passports. And whether you like it or not, you're going to have to get it or you're not going into a store ever again. The CCI so far, 300 individuals from 100 organizations, meaning Fortune 5s, looking to deploy and help deploy this verifiable credential projects. This is where the whole blockchain goes into there, where they're supposed to have anonymity built into the blockchain and whatnot. And where we take a step into the bizarre is Michigan in the United States passing bills now to protect privacy of those that are microchipped. Voluntary though, first here in the beginning, where they say could not mandate employees to do it for a Fortune 500 company to go through the office to do the door swipe, etc. Have all your COVID information in this chip. Not yet. Because if you read a little further in the article in the italics, which was really interesting, It reads, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a standard business practice statewide within the next few years. Predictive programming? This intersection of chips, passes, blockchain identity, and you stuck in the middle having to pay for it all, I would just say follow the money. I bet it leads back to the same set of tentacles that are trying to pull all of our dollars in for more control. What do you think? Leave a comment in the description box below. I thank you for watching. I'll talk more about these issues on Patreon/Adapt2030 because the fingerprints of the Grand Solar Minimum are always the same. Changes of government, population movement, and economic disarray. But I'll say it again, who's benefiting? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.